AITA for refusing to cancel my bachelorette party and saying our wedding savings is my fiancé's problem? I, 26F, am currently engaged to my fiancé, 28M, and we're supposed to get married in 2 months. We've been saving up for our wedding and honeymoon for the past year, putting aside a significant portion of our income to make our special day perfect. We had about $10K saved in the account. This weekend, my fiancé had his bachelor party, and I was totally okay with him having a good time. I even helped plan it and made sure everything was organized so he could enjoy himself with his friends. Fast forward to this morning, and I wake up to find that our joint savings account has been completely drained. He spent all our savings on his bachelor party. When I confronted him, he said he got carried away and didn't realize how much he was spending. He admitted that he paid for his friends' expenses too, thinking it would be a great last hurrah before we tied the knot. I was furious but tried to keep my cool. I told him that he needed to figure out how to replenish the savings because we still had wedding expenses to cover, and blew up about how could he spend $10K over 2 days? This weekend is my bachelorette party, which has been planned for months. My 4 best friends have already paid for their share, and I've budgeted carefully so that it wouldn't affect our savings. We're going to a Michelin star restaurant in our city, renting an Airbnb, going for brunch in the morning at one of my favorite restaurants the next day, and I rented out an arcade in our city with unlimited tokens and bought a ton of junk food and candy for all of us to share. Altogether, it was less than $400 a person, including the price of the restaurant, Airbnb, arcade rental, brunch and Ubers with myself, spending 1.5K of my personal savings. But now, my fiancé is demanding that I cancel my weekend to show solidarity and help us save money. He says it's only fair since he made a mistake, and we need to cut back on expenses to recover from his spending spree. I refuse to cancel my bachelorette party because 1, I didn't blow our savings, he did, and 2, my friends have already paid for their share, and I don't want to let them down. He's now calling me selfish and saying I'm not being supportive of our future together. He's even gotten some of his friends and family involved, who are siding with him and saying that I should be more understanding and cancel my bachelorette weekend. I get that we're in a tough spot financially now, but I don't think it's fair that I should have to cancel my plans because of his irresponsible behavior. I suggested that he could maybe sell some of the stuff he bought during the party or pick up extra work to make up for it, and that it is not my problem he blew all the money, but he says I'm being unreasonable. Now on to the next story. Story 2. AITA for reporting my boss after he forced me to attend a meeting despite knowing I was in labor. I, 28F, have been working at my company for 5 years, and until recently, I loved my job. I was 8 months pregnant when this happened, about a month ago. So I started having contractions while at work. Since I was not due yet, I thought it was just Braxton Hicks because they weren't that intense. Just a week before that, I had experienced Braxton Hicks and went to the hospital, but it was a false alarm. This time, I was still working when the contractions started in the morning, and I again thought it was Braxton Hicks. I didn't want to cause a scene, so I tried to keep working. Last time I went to the hospital, my boss, John, 45M, made sarcastic comments about me being overly dramatic and joked about how I should schedule my labor around important meetings. I have social anxiety and tend to take people's crap without pushing back, so I just took it. By noon, the contractions were getting stronger and closer together, and I knew it was real labor. I needed to go to the hospital. I informed John that I was in labor and needed to leave. He rolled his eyes and said, "Just stay for the meeting at 1 p.m. It's crucial, and we need you there." I was stunned. I reiterated that I was in active labor and needed to go to the hospital immediately. John snapped back, "It's just a meeting. Sit through it, and then you can go. It's not like the baby is going to pop out right now." Feeling pressured and scared for my job, I reluctantly stayed. The meeting lasted an excruciating 2 hours. By the end of it, I was in so much pain that I could barely walk. I finally left and drove myself to the hospital, where I was admitted immediately. My husband reached 30 to 40 minutes later because he was on the other side of town for a meeting. My daughter was born later that evening, thankfully healthy despite the delay. When I told my husband what had happened, he was furious and insisted we report John to HR. I was hesitant because I didn't want to jeopardize my job, but I agreed it was the right thing to do. HR was appalled and assured me they would handle the situation. John has since been suspended pending an investigation. The real kicker? During the investigation, it came out that John had emailed the entire office while I was in labor, complaining about my lack of commitment and making fun of me for overreacting. He even implied that I was using my pregnancy as an excuse to get out of work. Now, my coworkers are pissed at me saying I overreacted and that I should have just sucked it up for the sake of the company. I've even received messages and emails from a few colleagues saying that I've ruined John's career and that he was just doing his job under pressure. One even said that I should have toughed it out, like their wife did during her pregnancy. The stress from this whole ordeal has made it difficult to enjoy my first few days with my newborn. I'm constantly second-guessing myself and feeling guilty, despite knowing I did what was best for my baby and me. To make matters worse, the interim manager who took over from John is even worse. He's made it clear to everyone that he resents my actions and has made my return to work unbearable. Now that my maternity leave is over, I find myself isolated at work. People give me side eyes and whisper about me. During lunch, I'm alone because no one wants to sit with the troublemaker. It feels like high school all over again. I dread going into work each day and facing the hostility and judgment. I never imagined that doing what was right for my health and my baby's well-being would turn my colleagues against me like this. It's gut-wrenching to feel so isolated and vilified for simply standing up for myself and my rights. I cry most of the time when I come home, and sometimes even in the office washroom when someone passes a comment. In the worst moments, I get mad at my husband and blame him for making me tell HR, even though I know he did the right thing. He's so sweet and never takes it to heart. I apologize soon after, but he always says he wasn't even mad and that he understands how I'm feeling, especially since I'm just 1 month postpartum. He says I should take action and complain, but I don't want to make things worse. He's also saying he can't see me like this and that I should just quit because it's hurting him. I don't know what to do. I'm just such a sensitive and emotional person in general, and now it's been worse since giving birth.